All right, welcome back to Season 55. This is War 4. We're going to be facing Nath. They're a bunch of cheaters, but we'll talk about that later in the video. Let's instead begin by up front apologizing to all four Loki. I made a horrendous mistake this war. It didn't cost us. But this is still stupid and inexcusable, and I would get mad at any other player for doing it, and so they have a right to get mad at me. But when I joined with the wrong team. I brought my 6-star Luke Cage instead of my 7-star. How that happened, I honestly don't know. I think it was because Luke is whitelisted, and so when I was looking at the team select screen, I saw Luke's profile as a 6-star, and I just threw him on the team without even thinking about it. And yeah, I was pretty unhappy when mid-fight, and I was like, man, where's my striker? And I realized I didn't have a relic. And that's when I noticed that I had brought the 6-star instead of the 7-star, which is not great. Not great. Fortunately, Luke is a tank, and he's fantastic with decay. And the fights that I had planned to do with Luke, I can still do with the 6-star. For example, there went the node 1 man thing. Here we've got a node 10 werewolf by night. Oh man, this fight is tough to watch. I am going to get hit a lot in this fight. Now, I had planned to do this with the 7-star version of Luke, and the reason that I knew this would be fine, even with the 7-star version, and even with the fact that Wolf would be unblockable the entire time, is that most of Werewolf's damage comes from the ruptures. And the rupture damage is going to be nerfed by the decay tactic. So as long as I can keep up debuffs on Wolf, I won't be taking too much damage from the ruptures. And in fact, I'm taking full willpower healing there from them. Yeah. What does that mean? It means that this fight's going to be over 2 minutes long. I'm going to get hit a absolute ton, but I'm still going to solo it. And it looks rough, but it works. So good job by me. I don't know. I think this is a victory for Planner Clown, not for Player Clown. Let's just put it that way. I plan to fight so perfectly that even when I try to fuck it up in the dumbest possible way, I can't do it. So I guess that's good planning. All right, so let's talk about Nath, because I did call them a bunch of cheaters, and I'm sure they're going to, some people might get on fire by that and want to put comments, on this video, and, they can F, because they had a guy who was modding, and he got banned during this war. And it's impossible that the other people in Nath didn't know this guy was modding, And we don't even have to go into this alliance's history of shady behavior and conduct. That's well known in the community. They don't have the benefit of the doubt anymore. And they certainly haven't conducted themselves this season in a manner that would earn any of them the benefit of the doubt. And so if you're a member of Nath and you're pissed off because I'm on a video calling you a cheater, don't get mad at me. Get mad at your officers who allow this kind of shit to happen over and over and over again. Get mad at yourself for staying with these kind of people, That's on you. That ain't on me. Anyway, as this fight continues to tick on, we see that, Luke perseveres. Awful fight. Okay. Second section. First up, we have this Negasonic Teenage Warhead. We're going to pick Ironheart. I love Ironheart. I love her for Negasonic because she's Incinerate immune, and obviously that's the big danger. With Negasonic is her, burning you to death with her passive Incinerates. Don't have to worry about that with Ironheart. I thought that the tracking would remove her evade stuff, but I'm going to trigger it here in a little bit. I was a little surprised by that. I'll have to talk to Samila about the interaction between the tracking and the precognition, but that'll be something for another time, for someone smarter than me, probably. I love Ironheart. I think she's awesome. I love assigning her in war. I've gotten to assign her, the last few seasons, and I dig it. She's a totally underappreciated champ, and she's awesome. The final fight that I need to use Luke Cage for is this Punisher 2099. It's a path fight, and the strategy, whether you have the 6-star or the 7-star, is the exact same. It's just to push Punisher 2099 red and, beat him to death with Luke Cage. Pretty simple stuff. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep hitting this dude. I'm going to let him throw a special 3 into my invulnerability, and then I'll just keep hitting him until I win the fight. Luke is amazing. He can cover up my own mistake. There's a lot of champs where the step down from the rank 3 7-star to the rank 5 6-star would have been fatal, and that would have been catastrophic for this war. But Luke, he's powerful enough that he can do it. So thanks to him and to his redesign team for allowing me to save a little bit of face on this one. I did assign myself a couple mini fights with Luke. I was easily able to reassign them to Matt and to T-Tang. So thanks to them for covering for me, and for everybody else in 4 Loki for being so gracious. My final fight of the war that I do have to do, however, is this asshole, Sentinel on 38. And I easily soloed this guy in the last war. I'm not going to easily solo him this time. This time I have Usafa level RNG, and I'm just going to proc this Unstoppable way too early. And as a result of that, I'm going to die. Because as you can see here, my buffs are going up. But once the buff from my relic expires, it triggers the Unstoppable. I lose my invulnerable. And my invulnerable, as we know from both this video and the last video, was important for the strategy of just basically sending him red and tanking a special 3. Hopefully early in the fight, so you don't have to chew through his health bar completely twice. Then I take a combo here just because I'm bad, and that puts me down real low. I'm going to take all those armor breaks on me, and oof. Yeah, this is not a good performance from me. I'm not going to die just yet. Nope. I'm going to intercept with the special, remove the protection, completely evade the SB1, and hope that my precision from dexterity doesn't trigger the Unstoppable. Again, I get a little bit more favorable RNG. I don't know that I can survive a parry, but I know that I can punish the SB2. Except I don't. Yeah. So I haven't completely given up on this fight because there is a chance I'm going to get through it. Except, boom, he gets me. And if you're going to notice right here, your computer's fine. The feed went upside down, and the feed is upside down because I threw my phone across the room. And when I picked it back up and I cleaned up the fight, it was, of course, normal from my perspective. But when I watched the video, yeah, it recorded upside down. So I apologize to you, dear viewer, for this obnoxious upside down video. Add it to the list of moron moments on my TJ counter for this particular war. The good news is that despite this death, 4 Loki went on to beat Nath on time. In a rare instance of 4 Loki winning a war on time, we tied these guys. I think it was 2 deaths, 3 deaths each, and we were able to pull out the win. So a clean alliance beats a cheating alliance. Maybe there is some justice in the world after all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next life, chat.